Paul. Must have been fantastic to wake up this morning and realise you just won the Derby by a massive margin.
Yeah, no, it was a really good result in terms of the four-quarter performance and how we'd planned the week and how we wanted to go about obviously playing the game the way we wanted to. So no, it was a really great effort by the guys and certainly doesn't mean much though if we can't go to Adelaide this week and perform with the same intensity and effort over there.
Is that the best game you've ever seen Pav play?
Well, in honesty, yeah, it's probably up there. 8 goals is a big effort, yeah, he was really dominant all day. But he's certainly his last 6-8 weeks have been fantastic. So when the Captainry Football Club is playing that well, that's a great thing for everyone else.
So tell us what some of the keys were. It seemed like in transition you guys were really hurting them when you got out past their press. It was just bang, bang, bang goal every time.
Yeah, well, look, they're a fantastic pressing side, and we knew that going in, and they obviously last time smashed us in that area. So we just knew that we had to take it on and not let them just get us stuck in our own half. So and that was something. It was a little bit of a focus, and it seemed to come out pretty well over the course of the game.
Just on Pav, there's been that perception out there amongst some that he doesn't really take control of games like that as much as perhaps some people would like. Do you think he's gone a long way to kind of answering that and showing that he really can do that?
Well, yeah, I've always thought that's, well, I haven't actually heard that too much, but in saying that, it's probably a bit unfair. He's been a fantastic player for a very long period of time, but look, it was a great performance, and Pav would be the first one to admit that the whole team played really, really well, and that's what it's going to take to beat great sides like West Coast.
Does he personally get the credit he deserves around the competition and around the country, do you think?
Oh, that's pretty hard for me to speculate. I'm not always sure sort of what goes on the East Coast. A little bit, as I said, certainly he's very highly rated here, obviously, and in Western Australia, and he deserves that. So. But certainly his performance on the weekend was great, and yeah, hopefully he can continue that form for the rest of the year.
Is the team finally coming to grips with this game plan under Ross Lyon, do you think?
It would seem that way. I thought we started the year pretty well, all things considered, and then fell away a little bit in the middle there, and we sort of found our groove again. But it seems to be all seasons ebb and flow a little bit. But certainly the last 4 to 5 weeks have been much closer to how we want to play consistently, but it was a top 4 side West Coast and a very good side. So to be able to go out there and still maintain that form is great.
We saw West Coast really got hurt a bit with our class out through suspension. We know, and I know you can't comment about the incident, but Luke McFarlane will be assessed his bump on Jack Darling. If he misses this week against Adelaide, are you still confident as a defensive unit you can get the job done?
Yeah, well, look, I guess there's a few guys that are under the microscope a bit from the weekend's game, and so there's nothing that I can really do or comment on that right now, and I'm sure that'll be sorted out as the week unfolds. But look, the beauty is we've got a little bit of depth evolving now with some of the guys coming through the waffle. So if something like that does come up, then we'll deal with it as we go. But Luke's obviously been in fantastic form as well as all the other guys. So we need everyone out there playing and playing well. But we'll assess it as the week unfolds.
Was there a conscious decision to actually sort of physically intimidate them or bully them a bit? Because there were times where you really seemed to apply that physical pressure as a side.
Oh, not at all. No, we just knew that we had to bring fantastic effort and great effort for 4 quarters. And I think the guys just went out there with that sort of mentality, and that meant a serious will and drive to put pressure on it at every turn. So. I don't think it was an element of bullying or anything like that. It was just a really good, hard physical derby, and the spoils go to the side is able to do that for long enough.
Paul, the midfield looked really strong. Do you think that Barlow and Mundy, these guys are finally actually reaching their full fitness now?
Again, you're probably looking at it, that's a fair comment as well. Obviously restricted pre-seasons for both of them, and they certainly have really built on the last couple of weeks. The addition of Fife as well, he's just a bit of a freak, Fifey, and able to achieve things that most of the normal people can't. But certainly his ability to just come into the side and slot straight back in has been fantastic. But as I said, it's a whole team approach to the way the midfield goes about it, and everyone is responsible for what goes on in there. And but certainly on the weekend they were great, and as a defender, you know, that gives you a lot of confidence going forward when your midfield is winning the ball and sending it forward.
And you take on Adelaide next week, but they play Essendon today. If they actually win by a big margin, you could be in the 8 by the end of this week.
Oh, honestly, I haven't even looked at it just yet, but look, you know, we'll reassess. We'll get in on Tuesday and have a bit of a review and look at the game, things we did well, and I'm sure there's some things that we still need to keep working and improve on. And look, Adelaide touched us up last time as well, so we really need to go over there with a strong focus of how we want to play the game for 4 full quarters, and if we do that for long enough, you know, we'll be right in the game. And they're a fantastic side as well, and we know that it's going to take, you know, great effort again to be right in the hunt for the game.
Paul, having been dropped and getting back into the side, what have you had to do to your game this year to obviously fit in and be picked in that 22?
Yeah, no, I've spoken about this before, and it was just about giving great effort for the 4 quarters, and I lost a little bit I became a little bit inconsistent for a while there, and it was just to go back and find a little bit of that form, and then if I showed that, was to come back in. So. You know, Ross and I had a couple of great conversations about exactly what I needed to do, and you know, I've just worked hard at it and trained hard, and obviously back in the side now and just enjoying my football. So whichever one is, and that's what it's all about.
And Adelaide, you clearly rate your chances after what you produced yesterday.
I think we'll go across with an element of confidence. We've won obviously 5 in a row now, but you know, West Coast is the first sort of top 4. Side that we've been able to beat, so, and Adelaide are obviously right in that mix as well. So as I said, we know we've got to bring 4 quarters of really great effort, and that'll have us, you know, right in the hunt for the game, and we'll just see how it pans out come the end.
So you need another top scalp just to convince yourselves that you're worthy to be in finals and to have a shot this year?
Well, I think if you make the 8, you're worthy of being in the finals, whether it's first or 8th. But you know, we know that. Our football destiny is in our hands a little bit. We've got games to play, and if we can win enough games, then that's the possibility. But you know, as I say, we're only taking it, the old cliche, 1 week at a time. And as I said, we know we've got a really tough opponent in Adelaide, and I think we're just looking forward to getting over there and trying to produce the same football that we've produced the last 5 weeks.